Hi, everybody. I'm Josie and I'm with Mandy, and we're at Seek Heavenly Things. I'm one of the 12, and this is another message that Jesus spoke through Mandy. This is part 37, and it was on 6/25/2025. And I confess and know that Jesus Christ came in the flesh, blood, and died on the cross and rose on the third day. He's my Lord and Savior and my love, and He's showing us how He's going to save us all and destroy evil in the end. God's physical calendar is 6/2. God's spiritual calendar is 10/2. This is tagged at Guillermo de la Parra 303. So back to the darkness falling for my stubborn hearts. I warn you of these things because I love you so much, my children, and if you find yourself still here for darkness in the end, remember these words. When it turns dark during the day and the sun turns black during the day, go inside, do not wait, or you will not survive. And if you hear voices outside, keep praying to me without ceasing, because they're trying to lure you outside and trick you, even sounding like people that you know. All of this will happen, and all of it is true. And that's not going to happen until the very end. Not until I give you all of the chances in the world for you to believe in me and believe that my son, Yeshua HaMashiach, has finished everything on the cross, and the 3 days is not the physical darkness falling yet. It is only spiritual darkness before that portal opens, because you will see the portal opening, warning everybody before the darkness happens. But in the beginning and throughout all of the middle, until we get to the last world, I will turn the dial back and not let it officially open all the way. It is the 3-day warning you before that final portal is open, but I will not let the enemy have his day, because my hand is on the clock and I will turn that dial back before I allow it to open all the way. And it won't open until my bride and my elect are gone. Now you will see some blackouts in certain areas getting ready for the final show, but it won't be until the full EMP blackout everywhere that happens all over the world, and that's when darkness will fall. No matter what you hear, no matter what you see, no matter how many blackouts there are leading up to this final event, I will pull the plug on the third day and turn the dial back, and that final portal won't be open, and darkness will not fall until the physical rapture has come on the world. But you're going to be seeing before the physical rapture many dial backs and pre-simulated raptures, because but that's how many times I'm going to give my people a chance to wake up and see my truth. I'm going to keep repeating Revelation 4, because that is my open door, and that is attached to my faith church, which is my Philadelphia church in Revelation. And I'm calling out my people as they get ready after knowing my true salvation and completing the wineskin process, so they can hear my voice supernaturally and also become my new prophets and my new witnesses to wake up my children. And the prophets will start showing up all over line, wearing their supernatural suits and bringing in the documentation of proving the future events that previously happened. When I send them out all on their missions, because your Father wants to use everyone. And I will, as soon as you know the true gospel, as soon as you will complete the wineskin process, and that is truly when you're ready to be called up for your training. Then you'll become my next witness working for me, while being a citizen for me in the kingdom in the New Jerusalem. And after your training, that is when you are sent on your missions, coming back, showing the supernatural and prophesying, waking up all my children. I am a God of love, and I am a God of grace. And after you see that physical raptures happen, there's going to be the repenters period, and that is only going to happen 3 days after the bride and my elect and my children are gone. And after 3 days, that is when the 10-day trial of darkness starts. You know exactly when it starts, because the sun will turn black during the day, and you'll find yourself in darkness before you even get to the highest peak of the day. But again, those are for my repenters, not my bride or my elect, and they will be my wedding guests if they call on me, Yeshua HaMashiach, to save them. It will be my final call until we enter the Great Tribulation. But even then, because we have so many other worlds to save because of all the people in the worlds, after we start the real one, the real Great Tribulation, I will turn the dial back again and start the process over with the pre-simulated raptures until we save all the people in the world, or at least try to, based on their own free will. My point is, I won't give up until the very last hour. I'll keep dialing the clock back. I'll keep moving it forward. I'll keep showing the supernatural, and I will go until the very last minute, because I already know the last person that's going to wake up before we officially start the Great Tribulation, that I won't turn the dial back for. And even go as far as to try to keep waking up the dead to save them as well. Your Father knows the last person that's going to make it, and when that last person calls on me, that is when the Great Tribulation will start at its full capacity, and I'll not turn back the dial any longer. So whatever happens in the Great Tribulation is what stands. I will have all my witnesses, who are my 144,000. They're helping my people while they're cloaked like angels, protected by me, defeating darkness. So when I am referring to the physical darkness, I am talking about darkness falling from the abyss. I am talking about every single creation that you have seen in scary movies. I am talking werewolves, vampires, ghouls, goblins. Every single thing that you've seen in the movies all exists because I've created everything in my battle lines in heaven for the battles. And this is why many of you have had dreams about vampires and werewolves, shapeshifters, and different supernatural creatures, because it's all exists. But you have to see the fallen line. They had all my creations because the archons that fell with my creations, and I have allowed that to happen, except for they were not my true creations because I didn't have everything in there according to all my formulas on how I make everything. So they have only received part of my creation, and that's why they were able to mock it. And that is why it is slightly different to my original creation. But I told you I'm also setting up a Trojan horse in the end, and I'm using all these creations, and I'm using it for my advantage in the end, because I'm going to switch out all the evil spirits inside them and put good spirits in them. And that way I will have even more of a huge army in the battle to take down the enemy. I know I'm very clever, aren't I? And this is why I've created everything, because I always plan ahead for everything that I do. And you will see that all of these creations, all that exists, and all that will be falling on this earth, it will be a battle between good and evil. And that is why I'll give you so many chances before I allow that final portal to be open. I love you, my children. My promises are true, and I promised my people I would keep them from that hour of trial that is coming on the world in Revelation 3:10. So the elect, the 3 days, it will be shortened for you. And those are the people who have trusted in my Son, Yeshua HaMashiach, to save them from all their sins. And this is what I mean when I say for the days that I've shortened for my elect, because I will be removing you to keep you from the trial of darkness, that it's the hour of testing that I have coming for the world. So I won't let that portal get open until the very end, when there's no more time left on the clock. And that is because I know the very last person is going to rise from Sheol, who's going to accept my grace, and who isn't, who is just going to keep denying me and rejecting my truth. That's right. We're not only just going to save the people in the earthly realms, we're also going to wake up the dead. I'm going to be switching out their spirits, and that is the dead that you will see rising with the seventh trumpet, because that's the seventh trumpet is going to be my voice to wake up the dead, and it's going to be my final call, because when that seventh trumpet happens, there's only going to be 2 more worlds left, and those 2 worlds you are going to see are going to be the worst of it all. But I'm going to give everyone a fair chance, even the ones that have died before they knew me. I'm giving them multiple chances. I'm even going to use the time travel portals to go back in time to try to save these people as well, before I switch out the final people from Sheol in the very end, for the ones who did not get a chance to inherit heaven, and also for the ones who didn't get a chance to accept my Son, Jesus Christ, as their Savior, because they did not accept his death alone and his finished works on the cross. They either did not believe, or they tried to save themselves. Either way, I do not want wrath for my people. My preference is for everyone to be called up in the pre-simulated rapture, so they do not have to endure the pre-wrath, the pre-show of the Great Tribulation in the beginning, or the real one in the very end. So stick around for part 38. This is all coming soon, and Jesus' soon is different than our soon, but his timing is perfect and pleasing. So we wait on him with gladness and thankfulness and joyfulness. So God bless you all, and stick around for the next video.